Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm participating in 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 16. All right. Hello, everyone. So today we are on sketch number 8, and today's sketch is by Deb Talbrod, and I will link Deb down below in the video description. So the sketch today is pretty simple, so it leaves a lot to the imagination, and this is what it's like up close. You can always find the sketches in Christy's playlist in the albums on her Facebook group. I will have that linked in the video description as well. There are 16 albums of 30 sketches. That's 480 sketches, guys. Go check them out if you haven't already. And if you haven't, go click on that collaborative playlist over on Christy's YouTube channel. All of the collaborators who are playing along on YouTube are linking their videos in there. And so you can just like hit the playlist and just watch everybody's different takes on these sketches. It's really cool. So today's sketch has two 4x6 photos here, 4x5, 4x5, and a 4x6. I did mine two 4x4s and a 4x6, and then over here two 4x6s. It says right here large or long title and then some journaling, but I did mine a little bit differently because I wasn't sure if I was going to use this as a single page or double page. I figured if they were side by side in the album, that would be great, but if they're not, that's okay too, just because they tell two different stories. And this one, I had taken a photo of the sign next to it so that I didn't have to type it all out. So most of the journaling is here already. So the only journaling I had is, it didn't type the way I wanted it, or it didn't print the way I wanted it onto this little banner piece that I just punched out of one of the embellishment things. So I just added our names in my own handwriting, which isn't my favorite, but you know what? It's fine. It worked out fine. So that's going to go on here. And everything else, the story is in there. If you don't know about Krampus, he's basically part of the folklore of Christmas in some other countries like Croatia, Czech Republic, and he's the anti-Santa. So like he comes to the children who are not well behaved. But they've also made horror movies and stuff about him. He comes from a lot of that kind of folklore like that we try to keep kids away from nowadays, like Hansel and Gretel, things that we grew up with, but it's just not kosher anymore. All right, so then we have on this side, I have a couple of photos that are of what I called the House of Horrors. I don't know what it was called in there. It was just basically a dollhouse. Those kind of doll houses that they open up and then you can like, this is the front of it, and then when you open it up you can play with the dolls inside. But somebody had painted it into a little House of Horrors, and when you opened it up, each room had its own scene from like a horror movie. That's why this one's covered up, because I know not everybody's a fan of horror films and I didn't want to offend anyone. So I didn't want anybody to have to look at that while I was creating my video. So I'll just leave that covered up when I take my photos of the layout as well, because I don't want people to be grossed out or whatever. But it will go into my album because my family is fine with that sort of thing. So there you have it. And then she's got some stars, or like to represent embellishing, kind of on a diagonal here. And so I took those stars already as a bit of an inspiration, and instead of, because there didn't look to be like any patterned paper layers or anything in the sketch, but I did take the idea of stars, and I chose this star paper from the paper collection that I had pulled out, and I ran it across the top and bottom of my page, and I used some smaller fonts to write out my titles. So that's where I started. So my backgrounds are a paper from 49 and Market. They're just a grid paper, and then these little strips here are a branding strip from that same paper. And then the star paper is from this collection Who is this by? It is called Mischievous. It's old. It is from My Mind's Eye. Yes, 2011, My Mind's Eye. But of course, like most of my kits, it's not just that paper. I have other things in here as well, because that's how I do things. I just kind of mix and match. There's some Making Memories in here. There's, or maybe it's just the two. Oh, no, there's also some Cosmo Cricket in there. And then there's no sticker sheet, but there was this punch out sheet, and that is where I got my journaling piece that I typed that onto. And then I also typed my journaling for the other side about the dollhouse onto a little tag from there as well. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to set the paper aside, and I'm not sure if I'm going to use any more paper. I'm okay with the layout as it is, but I do think I'm going to bring in some of these film strips, because both of these photos do make me, not that you need to think of movies to use film strips on your layouts, but I love these 49 and Market film strips, in the black and white. And you know what? I saw some on the weekend at a store I was at, and I should have just bought them, because I was like, I was like, I still have some, but I know I'm going to use them all, and then I'm going to be like, I wish I had bought more. That's how I roll. So, anyway. C'est la vie, right? Okay, so I think I'm going to put one on this side, kind of behind this photo. And I didn't have these at the retreat with me. So here I go again, pulling up my stuff to put that in there. And maybe I'll just cut that so that I don't have to pull the whole thing up. And then I'll just get some glue on there. And I just use this white. It's just Scotch tacky glue. I don't know if you can buy this anymore. I can't seem to find it anywhere. If anybody knows where I can find it, let me know. Can't seem to find it anywhere anymore. It's Scotch Create. Quick dry. I don't know what it's called. And I just put it in the fine line bottle. So I'm going to have to start trying other stuff. There we go. So there's one. It's this one. Scotch Create Tacky Glue. Anyway, I can't seem to find it anymore, so if anybody knows where I can get it in Canada, please let me know. And then, what else? Do I want one here too? Maybe, maybe not. I also was thinking I kind of want this on here. It was just like in with my embellishments that I had pulled for these layouts, and I like the pattern on it, and I didn't feel like I had a lot of paper on this one, so I thought, well, I'm just gonna like distress it a bit, and then I think it will go nicely with the layout. There we go. And then if I cut it in half, I can put it on both sides. Something like that. I should probably check if the sun is giving us grief. It's such a beautiful day again. I don't want to close the blinds. I don't have a lot of these left, I don't think. Especially On weekdays, I don't see the sunshine a lot during the winter months when I'm working. Okay. Seems to be okay. All right. And then I want to add my journaling over here. So I was thinking just something like that, maybe tucked into our little spot there. I wonder if I should add some washi. It's just a little extra pattern on here. I do also, I think, want some twine on this. There we go. I have my twine out still from the last time. I did one of these peculiarium layouts. There we go. Don't feel like I need that on here, but maybe over here somewhere. I do think that another pattern would be fun, so I'm just going to grab a roll of washi. I think I just might tuck it right up under here. Yeah, I do like that. Okay. I'm going to go with it. And do the same on the other side. And yeah, this, just like the other one I did, if I end up putting them side by side in the album, that's great. And then if they don't go side by side, that'll be okay. Sometimes it's nice to have layouts like that because when I'm putting the final layouts into the album, sometimes I don't have room to put the double pagers together. And so it's nice to be able to be like, that's okay. These ones don't need to be together. They can be separated. And then it just allows me to get the album put together without having to build another layout or put in a filler sheet or whatever the case may be. So I think I'm going to do something like that. And I need some glue. I'm just trying to figure out which, sometimes I can't tell which side is up. Does it matter? Okay, it does, because this, yeah, I see it now. Sometimes it's hard to tell though, especially on these ones that are a little bit more transparent than the others. There we go. There. Okay, and then I'll ink the edges of my little journaling tag, and this just tells the name of the peculiarium and what city and the names of the three of us that were in the photos, because that's one of the things that I noticed in my grandma's photos, that sometimes I don't know which of my uncles or, you know, that sort of thing. Especially, I do notice that my own boys, the youngest and the middle one, they look a lot alike, and so it might be hard to tell in the future when they're looking back, like, who's who. Like, they would know, but my grandkids probably wouldn't, you know? So, try to include that information for them. And maybe they won't even look at it. Who knows? But should they want to, they'll have the info. It won't be a guessing game for them. But yeah, I've noticed that sometimes, like, I know it's my mom's family, but I can't tell which people, and I have to ask. And I certainly don't know which people from my grandparents' families are in the photos. Okay, there we go. So we got our title, photos, journaling, we need dates. Put it on both sides. Won't hurt, right? It's okay to have it on there twice, even if they are side by side. And then I did also bring out these because I thought they might be kind of nice in there. I don't mean I'm pulling that thing up again, but do I want it? Do I? Might. I kind of do. I like the way it looks. I love these little doilies from Doodlebug. I think they're the perfect size for everything. And they're so stinking cute. And sometimes I just think doilies are too big and too, sometimes they seem too feminine too, but I don't feel like these ones are. Like, I'm putting this on a horror movie kind of layout, so I don't obviously feel like that's too feminine. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's like decorative, I guess. And then I think this one I want up here. That's cute. I like it. Okay, what else do I have in here? So I still have this little tray. I think this is my last layout for these photos. So let's see. Haunted house definitely fits the bill. So that can go on there. None of these washies really match. This could work. This could work. Not really. This could work. This has purple on it, so no, no, no. Already did those. Nope. Maybe. Maybe. Too cutesy. That could go. Maybe some of these orange things, I'll just put them all together and we'll see. Do not enter, that might be a good one for that. Same with these candle things. Not that though. Okay, so not those. And then we have, in this particular kit, we had like all these word things, but I did look over them beforehand. Didn't really see anything that stood out to me that I wanted in my clusters, so I'm going to pass on those, but I did like these, so I might add a few of these when I'm putting on the end thingies. So let's see. I kind of like the idea of these candles going on here on either side. I think that's cute. Move this for a second. There we go. Okay. So what about the word spooky? Maybe. This looks like it's supposed to have like ribbon or something go through it, but I guess it doesn't have to, right? What if, I think I'm going to skip that. I kind of like this piece better than this. And I like that it's a tag and I could add the ribbon to both sides. This I feel like we don't need. This has purple on it. This, I don't know. I kind of do like this and this. I'm not sure about this still. Set those to the side. And I do kind of like this ghost, although I'm not sure he goes with the feel, like the mood and feel of the paper, because he's kind of like silly looking. Okay, well, let's do this. So I'm going to ink the edges of this. Okay, so now that we've got all of those pieces tacked down that we talked about, let's see about adding a few of these spiders and bats. I'm thinking that we could probably get one into this space here, and I'm thinking a bat because of the shape of the space. So this one looks like he's gonna fit pretty good. So I'm gonna put him there. And then I like this space up here too. I think, especially if this moves down, I think I could get a fairly large bat in that space. So let's try going that way. And I want him kind of coming out from behind. There we go. And then maybe I can get one more on here. Where else should I put one of these guys? Maybe up in this corner. How about this fella? He could be coming off of the frame, coming out behind the candle. And then how about one of these spooky little spiders? I don't know. Actually, you know what? I think the spiders might be a bit too much, so we're going to skip those guys. And I think next I'm just going to add some finishing touches. So what did I grab for finishing touches? I know I grabbed something. Oh yeah. So I grabbed these honeybee enamels and I grabbed these star pieces from yesterday. I thought they might go well too. So let's see. I love these stars. I think they are so fun. I was actually thinking of the red because of the red in the photo and the red in the candle, and just wanting to like bring that around a little bit. So there we go. And then we'll put some enamel dots as well. Okay, what color should we do? Gray? I think gray might be good. Don't use those very often. So let's see. How do I want to do this time? Maybe one here. Next size down over here. And a little teeny one. Oops. Sticking on this side. Okay, I like that. All right. So with those finishing touches on our layout, I think I am done for today. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I do love hearing from you guys, so don't hesitate to type something into the comment box, even if it's just to say hello, and I will get back to you just as soon as I can. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.